Hey guys, this is Undercoverdudes all the way from Down Under, and today I'm going to be talking about why CSGO sales are an extremely bad idea.
To the next dimension.
Now, I know if you're a veteran player, you love a good old CSGO sale. You go and buy the game for $3.75, you get a mad smurf, you pub stomp some silvers, and it's just a really good time overall. However, this has an extremely negative effect on the game in conjunction with an extremely high increase in hackers. And these are the two things I'm going to be talking about in this commentary. Now let's go and start it off with the smurf perspective. Now, let's say you're an extremely high ranked player, a global elite for example, and you just want to go and casually play with your friends and stuff on an atonement account. The game goes to $3.75, you go and buy it, you play with your friends, you go and stomp, just absolutely gutter stomp these silvers and gold novas, you just pummel them 16-0 like again and again and again and again and again. And that's generally what happens when you go and have smurf accounts, you just go and stomp really hard. You are having a really good time, you're having a lot of fun, the game's easy, but in the whole sense of the CSGO community, you're actually doing a really bad thing, because think of the other players that you guys are stomping. The people that you're stomping is relatively new players, people that have just gone and bought the game for $3.75, and if this is their first or second or third or fourth CSGO competitive experience, they're just going to be really disheartened. They're going to be thinking, alright, this is what my CSGO experience is going to be every single time. Overall, people will just simply buy the game and just let it rot in their library. They're not going to let CSGO have a second or third chance just because they're so disheartened from just getting absolutely pummeled in competitive. And this really hurts the CSGO community. This really does hurt it indeed, because if there's no new blood in the game, then obviously people are just not going to go and help the community grow. And that's one thing that CSGO definitely needs in order to go and compete with other games like League of Legends and Dota 2 and really big free-to-play games along those lines. Now let's go and talk about the other side of the story, and that's the more well-known and more criticized story, and that is hackers. When CSGO goes down to $3.75, a lot of hackers go and buy another account, and they just completely hack the way to global elite or a rank along those lines. And the reason they do it is because it's just such a small investment for them, a really entertaining time. They only need to play $4 and they're gonna get hours and hours of fun, quote unquote, of just absolutely demolishing people with their wall hacks and along those lines. However, if you have CSGO at its normal price of $15, hackers are going to be like, alright, I don't really want to blow $15 in a game that I'm going to get banned in a couple of weeks. It really isn't their mentality to go and play, get banned, and then, okay, spend another $15, play, get banned. It doesn't work that way. However, when it's such a cheap price, then it's okay. I'll go and buy a couple of accounts and I'll just keep hacking and hacking, and it doesn't really matter since it's just a low cost. And this again amplifies the effect of disheartening new players to go and join CSGO. One game, they're getting absolutely stomped by global elites, and the second game, they're getting absolutely stomped by hackers. How are they going to know which one's legit and which one's real? They're just going to assume everybody in CSGO is a hacker. For example, if they're shooting for a wall and you know it's a wall bangable spot, and a very common spot for new players to go and sit behind, a global elite would go, or any relatively high ranker for that matter, would go and shoot through that wall. For example, the double doors on DE Dust 2, somebody can be seen around there. It's just a very common pre-fire spot. Now saying that a hacker, if they can go and see a person through there, they're just going to go and shoot through it as well. You got no idea what's a hacker and what's a really good player, and that goes and disheartens these new players even more. So even though it's going to go and line the pockets of Valve and make Gavin very happy, it's going and diluting the community of CSGO, and that's the number one thing that we don't go and need in such a game that is at a really critical point. We've just seen DreamHack come and go, and that went and got record numbers, and the competitive community is going and taking off even further. There's just a lot of really good things that's happening with this game. Record numbers of people going and playing all these new operations. Valve is putting a lot of effort into this game, but going and making these sales just for a quick buck is not the way to go and make this game more successful for them profit-wise. Skins is the way to go and do it. They go and make the game better in terms of the gameplay, in terms of its maps, in terms of its mode. Go and making the game better so people will go and be willing to pay that full $15 in order to go and experience the wonders of Counter-Strike Global Offensive. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this commentary. If you did, make sure to go and drop a like rating. But other than that, Undercover Dudes, all the way from down under.